My first con experience was actually Comic-Con San Diego.
That's a good one to start.
Comic-Con San Diego.
Good one.
And I think most people don't realize that there's so many other events like this out there. Everybody just seems to think it's only San Diego. That's what I thought until I started, going out there and realizing, oh man, this is everywhere. People don't have to travel if they don't want to. I appreciate some of you that made the drive, by the way. Thank you. But yeah, San Diego Comic-Con, I'd say about 5-6 years ago, I was there with Funko. Funko invited me to come out and do a signing. They created the first comedy Funko figure, and so they had me there signing. I got a chance to hang out with Brian and Mike Becker. Right. So it's been a lot of fun. I've gone every year since then. This is like the first time I go out and I actually do the whole, everything that's going on out there. Whereas with Funko, it was specifically to that. There was no real pictures, it was just signing figures, but
you're
this
full
is
on
really
guest
cool.
now.
Yeah. And I want everybody to know I drove here, I didn't fly here. I have a home here in Texas.
Ooh, he's a local!
That's right. That's right. I won't tell you what city because I don't need you at my doorstep, but I will see you at Buc-ee's or the I-35. That's me. Heck yeah. They should do one of these at Buc-ee's. There's enough room for it. Buc-ee's is an experience, man.
The cleanest bathroom.
The amount.
Their bathrooms are cleaner than my house.
Yeah, you can eat in the bathroom, and I have. I have. I'm not ashamed to say it. I have. I want to know what the sign is for I have ate in the bathroom. All right. You never thought you'd do that one, huh? I had a burrito in the bathroom. That's that. You saw it. But no, going to Buc-ee's, that's an experience right there. You wind up with all this merch. I own probably 30 things with a beaver on it.
Well, I heard, I want you to confirm this, that you might have bought a little Bucky Beaver plush so you could take the outfit for your dog.
Yes. Some of you that have been following me know that I've been highlighting my dogs for many, many years. And unfortunately, in the last year, I lost both of them. And I recently got a puppy, and she is probably 3 pounds. She's tiny.
A little thing.
She's tiny. And at Buc-ee's, they sell the little Bucky Beaver with the shirt. And what I did was I took the shirt off the beaver, and it fits my dog perfectly. Oh yeah, it fits her perfectly. So like now when I go there, they're like, "Why are you buying so many of these little plushes? Or you're giving them away?" Yeah, without the shirt. My dog has a wardrobe.
I love that your dog is repping Buc-ee's as well. All right, so Marvel, I was going to get to it now. In one of your recent stand-up special, I'm a big nerd. I'm a big DC Marvel guy, right? That's kind of what I like to talk about all the time. You were dogging Batman. You were saying how Batman is a creepy superhero.
Yes, I stand by that.
I'm not trying to get controversial. I'm just saying.
I said that Batman is the creepiest superhero ever because it's just the way he is. You know what I mean? It's just I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You don't recognize that voice? Hey kids, want some candy? Same voice. Same voice. I'll be in the alley.
I love Batman. I can't argue it, I guess. But also, huge. See, I love that you're here because you are a massive fan yourself. Obviously, you're repping Marvel, Deadpool, Wolverine, over $1 billion movie. We all love Deadpool, Wolverine.
Bro, let me tell you how hardcore of a Marvel fan I am. I was offered a role in a DC movie, and at a principal, I just said I can't do it.
No,
I can't do it. I've said too much. I've talked too much trash. If I were to do the movie, I'd be the biggest hypocrite. So I said thank you, but I can't.
Can you say what it was?
I won't tell.
Okay, all right. I just shoot my shot. Also, stayed in the fandom category, WWE.
Yes.
You have like a shrine, dude. Like,
I'm a huge wrestling fan, so anybody who's been following knows that I've been to the last 15 WrestleManias. I've been a huge wrestling fan since 1987.
That's when I was born.
Oh, you were born in
I aged myself there.
You made me feel, there I was in the corner watching these wrestling. These people were just body slamming each other. Yeah. It's crazy to say that I was born in the 1900s, because then you feel that there I was amongst the people in the 1900s. Kids look at you funny, man, when you say 19. Wow, you're ancient. I don't feel old. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll be 50 next year, but I feel okay. That's right.
Half a century.
We do have WWE fans in here, right?
We got some wrestling fans in the house.
All right, so I'm gonna see get his take on here. So John Cena was here yesterday, the current WWE.
I heard he was here yesterday, but I didn't see him. Oldest joke that we still use.
Current WWE champion. How do you think this is gonna play out? I want to get you. I know you're a massive fan. You know, Cody Rhodes is back, right? I'm sorry for anyone who's not a WWE fan, but he's here. I gotta ask him. I gotta. How do you think it's gonna play out? You think SummerSlam Cody Rhodes gets the belt back? You think Cena takes it away like he says and ruins wrestling?
I think Cena keeps the belt at least until the end of the year.
For sure.
At least until the end of the year.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. You heard it right there.
I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it friendly.
Keep it.
All right, so I want to know, so everybody out here, are you more anime fans? Are you more Marvel fans? DC fans? Who's here for Back to the Future? Yes. I was here for that. I was excited, man. I got to meet Christopher Lloyd. I was just, yeah, I met him in the back by the bathroom.
I have to go, number 2.
Amazing. So let's go back to the beginning here a little bit. So all that, obviously, you've done a lot of things in your career. Can you kind of give us a brief? We're here to learn about you. Tell us your life story. So you're obviously one of the biggest commentators right now, dude. Like I said, I've been following you since all that. So I'm a massive fan myself. Honored to be doing this. So can you kind of just walk us through that? From all that to selling out like Dodger Stadium, bro. Like
I know I was Taylor Swift for one whole day. I was Tay-Tay. I started doing comedy April 10th of 1997. That's when I first started calling myself a stand-up. From day one, I loved doing this. I loved being in front of people. I loved making people laugh. I loved doing the voices, the impressions, the sound effects. I just enjoyed it so much, and every chance I could get on stage, I would do it. And little by little, one special, 2 specials, 3, 4. I'm coming up on number 10. This next year, I'm gonna record my 10th special. I'll tell you right now, I've already done 2 specials in Texas. I did one in Houston at the Toyota Center. I did the other in El Paso. And my 10th comedy special will in fact be back in Texas, in San Antonio. So special number 10 will be here in San Antonio, and I think it's awesome. Texas has always shown me a lot of love, which is why I think that it only felt right that, selling my house in California. I still have a connection over there. I still keep, Uncle Sam ain't gonna let me go that easy. So I still have my ties and everything over there, but I can say that I have a home here. And it's been awesome, especially because I know Texans are not very excited or thrilled at the fact that Californians are starting to,
That is the thing.
Yeah, see? I know, exactly. Go home! I love that row 3. Go home! Get out, we don't want your kind here. That didn't sound right, but listen. Eris, I'll tell you right now, I was hanging out at a bar one night with my friend Rick. We were here in Texas, we were in San Antonio, and he's telling all his friends at the bar, yeah, my friend just moved here, and his friends are like, well, where did he move here from? He's like, he just moved here from California. And everyone at the table was like, ooh. One guy goes, another one? I wasn't sure what was going on, so I walked up to the guy that said, another one? And I said, sir, may I ask you a question? Sure. First, do you know who I am? And I asked the question not to be like arrogant, but I just wanted to know if he knew that, if I was a comic. He goes, I have no idea. I said, okay, good, that's good. I just wanted to ask you, I saw that you got annoyed with the fact that my friend said a person from California just moved here and you made a thing. Can you tell me why that is? Help me understand.
I'll tell you right now what the problem is. These people from California are coming here to Texas with their Priuses and their electric stuff, their views. I'll tell you the biggest problem. They're taking these jobs away from good, hard-working Texans. That's what they're doing.
I go, oh my God, apparently Californians are the new Mexicans. We don't want their kind. I'm like, I didn't think I could get offended for the same thing twice. But yeah, not going home, bro, 3. Not going home. I know. And then I've gotten into fights with people, literally, about, I get questioned, In-N-Out or Whataburger, and I'm like, that I'm gonna lose, no matter what. So I say, you always gotta say wherever you're at. So if you're here, you gotta claim Whataburger. In California, you just gotta say In-N-Out. Yeah, and if you're stuck in the middle, you just, claim like Taco Palenque or something. You just neutral, I'm neutral. But Chicos Tacos, yeah. Oh, there's, yeah. Me da chorro now. So anyways, Eris,
All right, so going on.
Can we talk about the fact you're wearing a Yankees hat?
I am wearing Yankees hat, yes. I am wearing. Oh, come on.
There you go.
Wait,
I need to get that heat off me. I need
Wait.
heat off me. Yeah, put that on you, bro.
You told me backstage. First, I will say, my dad was NYPD 13 years. Does that help? Does that help? Okay.
He's not a bandwagon fan, so
Yeah,
I want you guys
right.
to know he's not wearing it to be
Precinct
controversial.
23, okay, guys? I'm actually from there. I'm gonna be dead sir.
I just wanted to watch you defend yourself.
Bad enough than
Hey,
lost.
yeah, they're gonna get you like they get me. We don't want your kind here. Yankee, get out of here.
All right, I wanted to ask, so obviously an amazing stand-up career, and you see a lot with stand-up comedians, right, that obviously having success like you, it usually, a lot of time translates into acting, right? It's for you personally, I know it's gonna be different for whoever, whatever, comedian I'm talking to, stand-up, was doing voiceovers, acting. By the way, big fan of Santa Claus. My family loves Santa Claus.
Thank you.
Okay, big fan.
Tim Allen?
Disney Plus, love to know. Now streaming. But was it always an aspiration of yours to, like, once you get to a certain point in your career, it's like, yeah, I would like to act. I want to show my face. I want to do voiceovers.
Early on in comedy, I was always told. You never had your own idea, you were just told. As a comic, you want to go out there, make people laugh, get a following, do an HBO special. That was the thing back then. You want an HBO special. This is way before Netflix was a thing. You want to get on the Tonight Show, because there was only one late night show back in the day. So get on the Tonight Show, get a sitcom, and then, right off into the sunset. That was basically it. And if you're offered a movie, then you do that. For me, I started going out on auditions early on, and nothing was working. I could not get my foot in the door. And then one night at a comedy show in Hollywood, I was approached by last name Robbins, the guys from Tolan Robbins, basically Nickelodeon. They saw me doing voices and characters, and I got called in to do an audition, and they said, so they say that you can do this and that and the other thing. And so once I started doing the impressions and the characters, and the guy goes, they said you can talk like a girl, and I'm like, oh my God, yes. And they just looked at each other and they're like, we need this guy on the show. And I'm like, what's happening? And before I knew it, I was on a kid show, and I thought that was like, wow. So I stopped going out on auditions. I stopped trying to chase that, and I said, let me focus on what's getting the attention. Me being a comic. Me being a comic has gotten me everything, and all these voiceover roles and acting has been because of that. I didn't audition for Magic Mike, even though some people think I did. I was in Magic Mike, both part 1 and part 2. You're cheering. I'm the only one that didn't get naked. You're welcome. You're welcome. Theirs was called Magic Mike, not Tragic Mike, which is why I kept these clothes on. Yes. But the voiceover work also came because they wanted me to be in their movie because they knew I had a strong social media following. And so they said, just do your regular voice.
We're using you.
Yeah, no, I was happy to be used because it just started building up that resume, and now it's like there's so many roles that I've done for voiceover work, it's crazy. My proudest one though is Speedy Gonzalez.
I was going to bring that
Speedy Gonzalez. And that's the only one where I didn't do my regular voice, but they wanted me to. They wanted me to use my regular voice for Speedy. They said, well, we want him to sound more modern and contemporary, whatever the term was that they said. And I said, no, I think Speedy should sound like Speedy. And so they're like, well, we have an actor who does that voice. That dude is so white. The whitest dude ever does, and I'm like, really? So when I told them I could do the voice, they were like, well, let's see. And so when I did it, they freaked out and they're like, this is kind of weird. You know, because I was the first actual Mexican to play Speedy.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So, proud as one. And a couple weeks ago, I was at Warner Brothers and I was doing Speedy's voice again. There's some movies coming out where they're gonna do Looney Tunes shorts at the beginning of the movie. And so one of them has Speedy in it.
So are you like officially the Speedy now?
Currently, yes.
Yeah, we got more Speedy from you.
Gracias, amigo. Arriba.
I couldn't help but wonder though, you said you were at the Warner offices. Did you flick off Batman pictures as you were walking out?
No, and just so we're clear, I don't hate
No, I know.
DC. I just prefer Marvel. That's it.
Who's your favorite Marvel movie?
Tony Stark.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah, that's a solid one. So I would imagine if you get offered a Marvel, that you're jumping on that ride.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
But the best part is that I won't go out for it. I'm putting it out there that I'm such a huge Marvel fan. I'm just gonna wait and hope that Marvel understands that I would be an incredible asset to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes.
Now, I wanted to ask you, I think all of you could agree too, that being a stand-up comedian, dude, that's one of the hardest jobs in the world as far as like, it's just you, dude. Like you can blame no one else whether you succeed or you fail. It's you, right? Obviously, you have a team behind you and stuff like that. But as far as like, you know, you're out there, spotlights your jokes. It's you and everyone here. So how did you know something that intimidating was for you? Because you know, I'm up here in front of everyone, but I got you to bounce off, right? I'm not about myself. This isn't a one-word person show. You're here to see it.
Bounce?
You're here to see
Is that a bad joke? Being a comic, you are the writer, producer, you're the editor, you're everything. And so when something goes well, you take full credit for it. And when something goes bad, you take full credit for that as well. It's just you and the microphone. And so for me to get up on stage back in 1997, that was probably the most terrifying time for me. In front of maybe 10 people. 10 people terrified me. Whereas now I'm in front of thousands and it's like, hi. You know, I am very, very comfortable on stage. This is my second home. And I always tell people there's nothing I can't do on stage because I have your guys' energy that feeds me and helps me to be a superhero up here. And so, you know what I mean? My power is the gift of laughter. I know some people are like, can you lift something? Probably not. But as soon as I go backstage, everything hurts. I got issues with my sciatica, my knee clicks. But up here, I'm fine. I can do squats and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
It's your superpower.
It's my superpower.
All right, so we got about 25-ish minutes left, and I got some pre-submitted fan questions.
Pre-submitted fan questions.
Pre-submitted fan questions right here.
How's everybody in the back row doing? You guys good back there? Get here sooner next time. I love you guys.
All right, so first up, we got Miguel from San Antonio, Texas.
Miguel from San Antonio, Texas.
Right here. He wants to know, your chocolate cake story is legendary, but we'd love to know what's the funniest fan interaction you've had involving food or desserts?
Food or desserts? So I was approached by someone who said, hey man, I'm the manager here at the restaurant. You know, he saw me in line and he goes, I want you to order whatever you want. I got it, it's on the house. I go, really, you sure? He goes, yeah. I go, but I got a bunch of friends with me. You guys order whatever you want, it's on the house. Okay. So we placed an order and you know, I don't mess around. I do not mess around. And so, yeah, and the cashier was like, you know, that'll be whatever the price was. And I go, no, you don't understand. The manager told us that we could order whatever we want. And I saw the manager and I go, hey, you said we could order, she's trying to charge us. And I said, yeah, I said you could order whatever you want, but I don't work here. And the girl, the cashier, she goes, you got another one? I'm like, oh my God. Don't get me wrong, I still would have ordered everything I ordered. But yeah, he got me. He made me believe that it was gonna be comped and it wasn't.
That's
Pretty crazy. So I mean, that's food interaction. The other story I can't share in front of people.
PG-13, PG-13. All right, so next up we got Isabella from Houston.
Isabella from Houston.
Yeah. She wants to know from voicing Speedy Gonzalez to the role of Coco and so many other animated films, how do you bring your comedy style into voice acting?
I think the director has a lot to do with that because the director will tell you, I need you to be more animated. I need you to give me more energy or bring it down. And so, for example, there's a new Dora the Explorer movie coming out very soon. I want to say Paramount Plus, and I get to play Boots. I'm Boots in the new Dora movie. Yeah, that's right. I can play monkey too, yes. So I was excited when they asked me, because again, I didn't audition for this one. They called me and they said, we have a new Dora the Explorer movie, and we would like for you to voice Boots. And I couldn't say yes fast enough. I was excited. So when I filmed this or recorded it, because I didn't go to the Brazilian rainforest like the actors did, I got to do the entire movie from home in a little recording studio that I have. And so I had the director on a Zoom, and he's telling me right there, hey, all right, you're saying this, now this is what just happened. You just fell off a tree, you're kind of disheveled, and so you gotta act according to what the info they're giving you. And he's like, you're excited to see her. I'm like, I'm excited to see you. No, you haven't seen her in like a year. I'm excited to see you. There we go, okay, bring it down a little. So that's what they do. They do this or they do this. So bring it high, bring it low. And there was a couple scenes in the movie where it's very like a heartfelt moment where it's like, aw. And he had to tell me that because I kept making it funny. He goes, this is one time I need you to not be funny. You're almost sad. And I'm like, oh man, really? He goes, yeah, like that. And I'm like, okay. So the directors will always be the ones that help you make your scene good or bad.
All right, well, going off that, I wanted to, before I go to the next question, do you prefer being in front of the camera like you were something like Santa Claus, or do you like voice acting more? Obviously you're known for your voices, but do you have a preference?
My preference is always stand-up comedy first. Second is voiceovers, because I can knock out an entire movie in like 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, all these roles, I knocked them out in just a couple days. But when I'm doing something like the Santa Claus, that was a couple months.
Right.
Yeah. We recorded the Santa Claus in June, which is funny because I had to walk around with a Santa Claus outfit in summer, which was nice inside, but when we go outside, it's like, ooh, yeah.
I always think it's funny filming, because obviously you're not going to film movies just in the Christmas season, so you got to get like in the vibe. It's probably like Christmas music on set, get that joy, if you will, that holiday fun. But was that hard?
The set of the Santa Clauses was so incredible. Like the soundstage, no matter what direction you would walk in, it looked like a village. It looked like a Santa's village. Like there was no wall that you would run into like this. It's like every single, corner, it was something. It was almost like a maze. Like I wish they could have just charged admission, to go see it, because it was that elaborate, that cool. And the AC was kicking, so it felt good in there.
There you go.
And fake snow, don't eat that. It's not good.
All right, so next question we have from Lewis from Austin, Texas.
Lewis.
Yeah, he says your VW bus collection is amazing. Which one in your collection has the most interesting or funny story behind it?
Yes, so for those of you that don't know, I am a collector of Volkswagens. Vintage Volkswagens, 1950 to 1976, which is ironically the year I was born. I have about 35 old school Volkswagen buses, 23 window buses, 21 window buses. I collect buses, that's my thing. I do have a Carmen Ghia, one and one Bug, but that's been my jam for many years now. Jay Leno got me started on collecting cars. I tell people I have a Jay Leno starter kit. Because Jay has over 400 cars and over 1,500 motorcycles. Yeah.
Are you trying to compete with that?
No, I'm not trying to compete with that. I'm not. But I do have my little Volkswagen collection. I apologize. What was the question about Volkswagen?
Which one has the most interesting story?
Which one has the most interesting story? I don't always get a backstory on these buses, but I will tell you, for me, I was catfished. It doesn't just happen in relationships. I was catfished. I bought a car online, and the pictures looked really, really good. And when I got it, the entire body was so warped and tweaked, it looked like more of a question mark. And it was so it was so bad. I couldn't even feel right reselling it because it's such a messed up car. And so what wound up happening was my buddy Henry, who does my restorations, I said, hey man, can we do something with this? And he basically had to rebuild that car. But the beauty of it was, it went from being a car that was catfished, and he turned it into a masterpiece that I drove out on stage at Dodger Stadium. So the opening scene of my special where I drive that bus out, that bus was garbage when I first got it. And so I love the fact that it started off garbage and it ended being on a stage. And now it sits in a museum in Jamestown, New York. So I donated the car to the Comedy Museum.
That's awesome.
Because they wanted it, yeah. So the best story,
There you go.
yeah, it started off as trash and now it's,
I gotta imagine you were super stoked with the new. They announced the new VW bus.
the electric one.
The electric one. How you feel about that?
Don't get me started. This is Texas.
Come over here with your electric stuff.
No. I think that the electric Buzz, which is what it's called, the electric Buzz, it's a fun car to drive. It really is. You get 230 miles to charge, but at the end of the day, if you don't have a place to charge it, you're gonna run into a problem. So I always say electric cars are awesome if you have a gas car first, or a hybrid. I think hybrids are the way to go.
Yeah. You're the best of both worlds.
I know you're asking me about a Volkswagen, but let me tell you about the Toyota Sienna. The Toyota Sienna, oh my God, 18 cup holders, people. 18 cup holders. Do you need 18 cup holders? Oh man, I need 18 cup holders. 18 cup holders, a bunch of charging ports. It is awesome. It gets over 500 miles every time you fill it up.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I recently just got a 2025 Kia Carnival, right? And
Dude, that yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah,
one, big
dude.
gas tank.
Big gas tank, got all the chargers. I got little kids and stuff like that. There's chargers everywhere, and I got iPads. It's great. It's funny as like when you're younger, you're like, yeah, I want the Ferrari. Then you're older, you're like, that minivan, though. That makes it turns into being like cool and then convenience. Then you're just like, what's easy? I don't need like a Lamborghini, although that is still fun. It'd be fun to have.
When I was younger, I wanted cool, fast, sleek, and now I'm older. I just want practical.
Yeah.
I want a car that's not gonna leave me on the side of the road. I want a car I fit in. Lamborghini, that's Spanish for no cabe, no, it don't fit. You don't get in a Ferrari, you put it on, bro. It's just. Yeah, but a minivan, I love a minivan for a couple of reasons. One, it's low pro. For me, I can go anywhere. I can go to HEB, and I find parking really easy. People feel sorry for me. Oh, it's a minute here, go ahead, just. And then I get out, and they're like, you were in that car? Yup, it's like a disguise.
That's actually fun. Let's go back to the Texas thing for 1 second. Buc-ee's is kind of a staple of Texas, but so is HEB. Yeah, there we go. There it is.
I knew about Buc-ee's for a while, but HEB, I had never experienced it because if you're visiting Texas, you're gonna go eat somewhere. Someone's gonna take you somewhere. You're not going to a grocery store to buy groceries because you're there for a couple of days. But having a home in Texas, can't eat out every day, so I found myself at a HEB. I talked to this one girl because I was telling her, I said, I gotta get myself groceries. And she goes, I got you. I have HEB. And I say, you know they have a vaccine for that, right? I'm sorry, but is it just me or doesn't HEB sound like an STD fat people get? You hear about Fluffy messed around with Norma, he got HEB. He scratches, he smells like brisket. But yeah, no, HEBs are awesome. I went grocery shopping at HEB. I made it 10 feet in the door, and they had, the one I went to had a barbecue restaurant in it. Yeah, barbecue, and that's as far as I got. I couldn't shop after that, I was too full.
I think they all have a,
Not all of them.
Not all of them? Okay.
I think it's funny, and some of them are like HEB Plus.
Oh, like a super Target?
Yeah, but the ones with the plus don't have a restaurant. So,
Okay.
But I'm like, why are you a plus if you don't have the restaurant? It should be HEB minus.
We're going on a tangent a little bit, because I know here in Texas, what's up with non-super Targets? Like, are we not past that? Because in my area, we have a Target. It's not a super Target. I'm like, how have we not graduated past just normal Target?
I have no idea, man, but I shop at Buc-ee's.
There you go. There you go.
The most random. You want to buy a bikini and a fishing lure and a cowboy's hat and a milkshake. You could get all that up and get gas. Yeah.
And
I had
slushies.
on the way up here. I stopped at two. I stopped at one in New Braunfels and I stopped at the one in what is it? It's TM to the Temple. Yes, the Temple. I stopped at that one. That was good. That bathroom was empty. I know because I farted and I heard it for like 3 minutes. It was like an echo, it just kept traveling in the bathroom. And you see those bathrooms, right? They're awesome. As soon as you walk towards the bathroom, the walls are covered. There's art.
Yeah.
The you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's like a bunch of redneck Picassos. You see like deer, American flag, hunting rifles, antlers. I'm like, oh my God, and I have half of that stuff in my living room now.
There you go. Their bathrooms are second to none. Like we were saying earlier, like the first time I ever went to a Buc-ee's, I was genuinely floored how nice and clean they were. I was like, really? I'm gonna be talking about their bathrooms? That's what I'm gonna be talking about? How nice their bathrooms are?
Someone told me that's their selling point.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I mean,
So a lady goes, she goes, oh, people will hold it for 2 hours. But she didn't tell me what she meant by that. I'm like, that just sounds weird. And then I get there and they're like, first time? I go, yes, first time. It's in the back.
all right, we got another question right here. Alex from Dubai. He's asking,
Alex from Dubai, where you at, bro?
he's asking, your stories about traveling the world are hilarious. Which country has given you the most unexpected or funny material for your shows?
Wow, that's a great question. Eris, I've performed in 30 plus countries. 30 plus countries. Number one question I get is, do I perform in other languages? And the answer is no. The majority of the world, places I go, people speak English. And there's also a lot of expats out there. But the country that's given me the most material, probably Australia. Australians are fun, man. They're a good time.
Please elaborate.
Well, I just mean they're a good time. It's like you go out there, they want to laugh and have fun, but they will say things at the table that, I don't know if cancel culture's gotten there yet.
Gotcha.
I don't want to repeat it.
right.
I want to come back next year.
All right, we got Maria from El Paso, Texas.
Maria.
She's asking, you performed everywhere from small clubs to ceilings to selling out Dodger Stadium. What's been your most memorable or surreal moment on stage?
Almost 30 years of doing this, there's too many great memories to pull from. But I always tell people, like, the biggest day of my career was in fact performing at Dodger Stadium. Biggest show of my life, biggest career moment. I honestly thought about retiring that night just because how do you top that? How do you set a new goal?
Oh.
I don't want to become a shell of myself or have people go, remember when he was funny and then he did the Fan Expo and pissed people off? And it's so sad. It's so sad. His pictures are free now. Yeah, so sad what happened to him. In the bathroom with Christopher Lloyd.
We'll take you back to 1997. You're on top. Let's go, fluffy boy.
Don, you made a time machine out of a refrigerator.
The way I see it, if you're going to travel, you need snacks.
I'm sorry, I watched that movie a million times.
Dude, it's a comfort movie for me. Like, Back to the Future is one of those films, I could have it playing 24/7, I never get tired.
If it's on, I leave it on.
Right.
If I'm flipping through and right there, I just
I believe it's currently on Netflix. You just put it on background music.
Right.
But it's like, it's one of those things, one of those movies too, you put it on so like while you're cleaning or whatever, but then you just get sucked in. You've seen it 1,000 times, but you're still watching it. We actually have a question from Emily from Sydney, Australia.
Oh shoot, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you're in trouble now, Mike. You see what you did there?
She's asking, your shows bring together people from all backgrounds through laughter. She says, what's your secret to making comedy that connects with everyone?
I think the secret is it's not always what you say, it's what you don't say. People get rubbed the wrong way when you start trying to push an agenda, political views, or whatever it is that you're trying to push. People, a lot of times they don't want to hear it. Are you at a political rally or are you at a comedy show? If you're at a comedy show, you're there to laugh and I just want to make you laugh. That's all I want. I want to make you laugh. I'm not here to make you think. I'm not here to sway you or change your opinion. If anything, I want to encourage people to enjoy life more, to laugh more, to have more fun. And I think one of the most amazing things is to see how diverse the audiences are, because when you remove the politics, the religion, and the sports, because sports clearly upsets people. You take out things from your show that divide people, and you'll see how quickly people come together to support and laugh and have fun. That's why I said it's unity through laughter. That's it. About 15 years ago, I did a show in Saudi Arabia, and it's one of those things where anytime you tell people you're going to a country that has some type of history to it, where you're like, "Ooh, you went there? Like, were you safe?" Like, immediately, like, "Were you safe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was there with a prince." "Was he nice?" "Yeah, it was cool." "You know, you weren't in danger?" "No, it was nice." Nobody can believe these stories, and so I went there under a prince's invitation to be in the country, and the United States ambassador found out that I was there, that there's an American there performing. Now keep in mind, this is years ago, before all the shows in Dubai and all these other countries that have entertainment all the time. It wasn't always the case. And so I was there early on. I was very much like, okay, like, you know, okay. People were like, "You're Mexican, you snuck into another country?" I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" Yes, I did. So next thing you know, I'm on the base. And I met the US ambassador, and he was blown away at the fact that I was there. And his only question was, "Can I come watch?" He wanted to come watch the show. And so I come out on stage, and I have the United States ambassador sitting in the front row, right next to the prince who invited me to be there to do the shows. And these two people would have never met. It took a comic telling jokes for these two people to come together. Give it up. And so that's why not always what you say, it's what you don't say. You want to let people know it's a safe place to come and laugh and have fun. And yes, I do push the envelope from time to time. I get a little colorful with the language. But you know, I hear people in the parking lot too. "You guys cuss." Yeah. "I gotta park. How far? What the?" But I don't do it through the whole show. It's very, very minimal.
I love it, man. So we got time for probably 2 more questions here, so we can get through them. Sarah from Dallas is asking, your weight loss journey and health transformation have inspired many fans. How has it changed your approach to comedy and life?
I know he said weight loss, and some of you were like,
He's still fat. I say no loss.
So at my heaviest, at my heaviest, I was pushing 450 pounds, and currently I'm right around 320. So, yes,
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
I'm still big, but you know, I was bigger.
It is better.
But I'm sorry, what was the question on that one?
How has your weight loss journey affected your approach with your stand-up and life?
During the shows, I know I'm making fun right now, but during the shows, for the most part, I think we're over it. So I just talk about anything and everything else. I don't have to address it. It's not like, you know, in the beginning, of course, I would make it a thing, but I just want to have fun. And so for me, I think my favorite part of losing that much weight is being able to share that with some people that are struggling with it and give my little tips and, "Hey man, I struggled and I was going through this or that." Like my favorite thing to tell people that are trying to lose weight, drink a 32-ounce cup of water or whatever drink you want to drink that's sugar-free first. Make that the base so you're already half full, and then eat whatever you want. And you'll notice that'll be the first thing that cuts a bunch of weight off of you because you're filled with fluid.
There you go. Think of that space, right?
I'm not a doctor, but I've lost weight that way. Because people say, "I can't stop eating what I like." I agree. I need beaver nuggets.
So good.
But I drink the 32 ounces of water first, and I only eat half the bag now. So, there you go.
All right, so we're gonna end on this last question. I actually think it's an important question, especially talking to you. So it's from Diego from San Marcos, Texas. From performing in small.
San Marcos.
Yeah. They're asking what your advice or what advice you would give to young comedians trying to find their voice.
My advice to young comedians trying to find their voice, ooh, it takes a minute for that. I think the fact that the new generation has so much available technology and ways of getting your message out there, where, bless you. There's COVID-22 right there in the front. No, I think that they need to take advantage of all that social media and all that stuff. The TikTok videos, I think TikTok's a lot of fun, and as long as you make it fun and keep it fun, that's a good place to start, to break the ground, to interact with people. But at some point, if you're gonna be on stage, you just gotta get on stage, and it's gonna take time. There's no real secret to it. You just gotta get to the point where you're so comfortable on stage, you're fine with people being quiet. I always say if the audience is quiet, that's not a bad thing. If you're quiet, that means you're listening. And it's a talkative crowd that you don't want to be in front of because they're like, we didn't pay for this. Better be funny. Like, oh shoot, yeah. Trying to find your voice took me a while to get into that groove. I think it took probably 5 years before I felt really, really comfortable. I used to perform really fast. My jokes and everything I was doing was really, really fast because I wanted to get to the punchline because the silence scared me. I thought that if the crowd was quiet, I was failing.
I'm sure that there's obviously a science to it in a lot of ways. I mean, timing, you hear from a lot of comedians, obviously I don't know much about this, but I hear from people like you, legends doing it, that timing is everything. You gotta have that pause, that beat, if you will, and that kind of sets up the punchline.
Yeah, and the beauty of comedy is that there's comedy for everyone. There's different types of comedy. There's setup punch, there's storytellers, there's ventriloquists, there's people that use musical instruments, prop acts. There's so many different types of entertainment out there. So if you're a new entertainer, because I'll call you that, if you're a new entertainer, you're trying to find out what's best for you, try everything. Try everything until something sticks, but at least give what you're trying a chance to catch. Don't bail on it right away. Give it a chance to catch on.
Yeah, well, I could talk to you all day. I'm sure they would love to listen to you talk all day, but we do have to wrap up. But before I let you go, will you be doing signings today, photo ops? Will you be?
Yes. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to give something away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got some stuff in the back. Thank you, Tracy. This is a Funko Pop of me. These came out at WrestleMania. It's me in my wrestling outfit.
There you go.
Fun fact, with Funko, I like bringing this up and it's crazy because only Batman has more Funko Pops than I do. But as far as a real person goes, I have the most. I got the record, 14 Pops. And here's an awesome story. I have the record for the most, I have the record for the most Funko Pops made of a person. Years ago, when I approached Funko, I called Funko and I said, hey, you guys don't have a comedy edition of Funko Pops. You got, TV shows, even YouTubers and stuff, but they didn't have stand-up comics. And I said, I would like to, throw my hat in the ring basically and say, hey, can we have a comedy one? I'd like to be the first one.
Right.
They said, well, we know who you are, but we don't think that there's a market for it. Like, all right, whatever. I tried again a couple years later and I said, listen, I'm calling you again. I want to see about having Funko, with comedy, a comedy edition. There's a lot of really popular, funny comics out there. Can we have one? And they said, look, we're not interested in licensing a Funko Pop of you. However, if we would be okay with producing them, making them for you, but you gotta buy a minimum quantity. And they threw a crazy number at me, I think thinking that I would have bowed down and been like, no, that's too much. And I said, okay. I said, okay. And a semi truck pulled up to my place with thousands of Funkos, and I put them online, and we sold out the first weekend.
That's amazing.
It gets better. It gets better. So we called Funko, we said, oh, we need more. And they're like, what do you mean more? We just sent the semi. I said, yeah, they sold out. And they're like, what? They sold out? I go, yeah, we need another semi. And when the second one showed up, we sold those out too.
Wow.
So then they called me and they said, can we talk about licensing? And my favorite thing was to say, no, you already messed up. So Funko never sold my Pops at the stores or on the Funko website. Only I'm allowed to sell them exclusively through mine. But a lot of times, you're gonna hear no if there's something that you wanna do. And it depends on how bad do you want it? Are you willing to continue to push and push even when people tell you no to your face? And so the fact that they said no, the way that they did, and now I'm the #1 Funko Pop sold basically.
There we go. Give it up, man. That's an awesome story. That's great.
And to be given an award by the founder of Funko, Mike Becker, gave me this beautiful award at San Diego Comic-Con. He's like, you're the most popped individual. You have more pops than Snoop Dogg, more than LeBron. He goes, only Batman has more, which is the irony. The irony, full circle. But yeah, so I would like to give this away, and I'm happy to personalize it and sign it. We just need to figure out who should get it. So can you help me or give me a
Okay, I have a
suggestion?
suggestion. So there was a girl here. It was her first Comic-Con. She's 10 years old. She's front row.
Was it the one that sneezed? It is? Oh, wow.
So that would be my suggestion, but whatever you'd want to do.
I think I'm gonna sound like a horrible person. If I say no to the 10-year-old in the front
That's not
row.
the beginning. I'm all about the kids. You got it first Fan Expo. Oh, 9 years old.
Oh, now she's 9. She's 9.
Now
You made it even harder. You made it even harder.
Now.
She's 9. All right. Mexican over there. No, no.
So I guess you'll sign it.
What is your name? Caitlin? All right, Caitlin. Look, I got a marker on me right here. All right. Spell your name for me. Okay, good, it's a C. There you go. I always ask how to spell it because just because you think you know like a Carmen, they're like, oh, it's with a K. I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. All right, this is for you right here while we upset the rest of the room. Thank you. Wait, you gotta do that again. Can you do that again? Just do that again. Remind them that you're superior.
Yeah.
Remind them.
Hands up.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. All right, everyone. We gotta let Fluffy go. He'll be at his booth over signing, taking pictures. Right?
Yeah, so I'll be over there. I think, yeah, it's one of those, they keep telling me, you gotta go over there. Now you gotta go over there. You gotta stand right there. You gotta take a picture over there. So one of those, I know I'm gonna be at the booth eventually. And I know I'm also doing the photo thing, but I'll be here till it closes.
There you go. Give it up for Fluffy one last time.
You guys. I'll see you guys at Buc-ee's or on the I-35. And if you see a Toyota Sienna, that might be me. 18 cup holders, people.